On today's video, we are using some newly released product from Spellbinders, and we're going to make a couple of really beautiful cards. Hello everyone and welcome. It's Shanna. So glad you're here today. Now I have kind of got a mishmash bunch of products here that we're going to be working with. I've got some Simple Stories Lavender Fields, and I've got some new dies and some different things that I'm just going to show you. So I'm going to be using the cutting dies from the Lavender Fields. It's called Simple Vintage Lavender Fields Hexagon. And I've got two panels that I've already prepared. I'm just going to pull those in and show you what they look like. We're going to use this. We're going to make a couple cards today. So we're going to use those from the set here. And then I've also got the Simple Stories chipboard pieces for the Lavender Fields. And there are just tons of pieces in here. There's 63 pieces that you can use in there. And I've got some picked out that we're going to use. Lay that aside. I've got the 6x8 paper pad, Simple Vintage Lavender Fields. There's 24 papers. It's double-sided. I have been digging into this, so several of my pages are gone already, but it is gorgeous and lovely, and we're going to work with it. We've got a couple of new dies that are just being released today. This one's called Stripe Right, and it gives you perfect dies, or perfect strips or stripes every time, however you want to say it. And so that's what we got here. I took a couple of different colors of purple, lavender, and ran the strips, and we're going to use those on one of our cards. Very, very pretty. So we're going to be using that. And then I've got another new die that is called the Color Block Accent Arches. And here's kind of a picture of it. And what I did with it is I took the two largest dies and I laid them together like this, and I die cut it out. And I'll show you what I got. I got this, the remainder of that. And then I got this and this. Now, normally you might just layer one of them or, do them separately or whatever, but I kind of thought this would be a fun technique. I've got foam on the back of this, and I'm going to raise these two, and we're going to just use this for a background panel that you won't see the arch on that. But super fun, and we're going to make a couple of cards, and we're just going to get started, and we're going to pair it with the lavender stuff. So let's just get started. We're going to start with this one. This is the one I laid out first, so we'll just get started with that. And I'm just going to bring in, looks like I need to grab a card base. Okay, so I've got my card base. Give it a press. And then what I don't necessarily need this because I'm laying it on white. So actually I can just lay it aside and not use it. We're going to bring in some of our pattern paper from the Lavender Fields, and it's kind of got some different cut apart type things on the back, but I thought this green would be really pretty. And I'm just going to have a white frame around it. And like I said, I could have used the remnants of that other panel, but because I'm using a white card base, I don't need that. I can just let the card base be the layer. And so we're just going to get some glue on here and get this laid down. And so we'll just line it up on our card base. We'll have a nice little white frame around there. And then we've got our green, and I think that looks really pretty. Now what I was thinking was I would lay this arch down flat. We'll just glue it flat. Just kind of center it, and then we'll bring this in. I think I'm going to bring in an extra layer because I think I want a little bit more dimension than what I've got with that foam tape there. So I might just bring in some more foam tape with that. Just going to get some glue laid down on here, obviously, the way I've cut this. This is not really the way they show it, but I thought it was super fun and a little bit different. And I like to change things up a little bit and try and come up with some different ideas. So I think this is fun. So I'm just going to try and get this laid down on here. Oops. Get a nice edge. I think that looks good. Okay. Give it a good press. And like I said, I think I want to pop this up more than what I've got here. Got some glue in the middle of that, but all right, so let's go ahead and bring in some more foam. I just want a bit more dimension than what the one layer gives. Might be too much, but I just think it'll be fun. So I'll bring in my sticky scissors and do that. And then we'll try and line this one up a little bit better. Well, I think it'll be all right. So what I'm doing is wanting to kind of create just a really raised effect on this. And that's why I wanted to add the extra layer and just really make it look so that you can see the shadow between the two of them, and recognize that they're, you know, separate. I think that looks nice. I like that dimension that that adds. So what I was going to bring in, you know, I said I was using the chipboard collection there, and that is the chipboard pieces. And I'm going to bring in this really pretty floral element here, and I've got some more elements. Okay, I have got this beautiful sentiment here, and I've got a bee, and I've also got a little heart, and I thought we could really decorate this up. And I also think I want to cut out this "Just Be You" and add it to it. So let's go ahead and get this laid down. So we're going to have some dimension on this card because I've got some chipboard and I've got all that foam on there, but I don't care. This can be one that you can hand deliver, and I think it'll be really pretty. I'm going to angle that just a little bit and kind of put it up high, give myself a little room for the things that I want to add to it. I think it's really pretty. So let's see, grab my tweezers and get my little beautiful, and I want to put it down here, but let's go ahead and cut this out because I think I want to use this "Just Be You." It's got the green on it that our pattern paper has, and so I thought it would be fun to use it. And I'm thinking that I might be able to just take my little punch and just punch that out and use that. I think that'll be nice, and I like that. So we've got beautiful "Just Be You." I think that's pretty. Whoops, that one's not working. Grab this one now. Maybe I want "Just Be You" and then "Beautiful." I think I'm going to do it like that. And then we'll bring in our "Beautiful." And I think those will pair nicely together. Okay. And there we go. And then because I've got the beautiful sentiment, I want to bring in one of the bees. And so I'm just going to put some glue on this and just get it laid down on here like that, and we'll have the bee. And then this is a honeycomb heart. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got the honeycomb pattern on it, and I thought it would be lovely. And we could just put it over here and just kind of fill in the space. Kind of want to straighten it up a little bit. There we go. I think that looks really pretty. Now, I did have a strip of green left, and I thought we would just bring it in and go ahead and put it on the inside of our card. And we'll just have a strip of green and just bring some of that pattern paper on the inside of our card as well. And this could be just a note card that we could just use it for any type of card that we want to give. So I'm just going to get that laid down in there. And I think it's really pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? So this is the Color Block Accent Arches. Very fun. And of course I could use a lot of color with it and everything, but I chose to use the white because I thought it was just kind of simple and really pretty. So there's that. So let's go ahead and go on with our next card. And for it, we're going to use the strips, and we're using the what are they called? The Stripe Right is what we're using. And so I've got all of these, and this is Spellbinders cardstock. And we're going to use it. Let me tell you what colors we have. I've got the lavender and the lilac is what I've got there. And those are lovely. Okay. And so for this one, we're going to bring in our card base. I'm bringing in some of a lavender pattern paper. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to lay my stripes down on my lavender pattern paper. And then we'll cut it before we lay it on our card panel. So I'm just going to get these positioned how I think I want them to be on here. And we're just going to lay them down on there and just make a real pretty little decorative element on here. So I think what I'll do is just start putting a little bit of glue on there, and then we'll just trim them up and then lay them down on our card panel. And I'm just going to make some strips, and I'm not going to necessarily butt these right up next to each other. I think I might even have a little gap in between there. I think that could be pretty. And then we'll bring in our thinner ones. And then I've got several other ones that I can use for another card because I die cut all of them out in 2 colors, just so that I would have the 2 colors. And just kind of make a pretty, just a really pretty card. I think both of these are gorgeous. Love the lavender fields, love the purple and the kind of the honey color. I think it's really pretty. So we've got some perfect stripes on there. And then here's the honey on the back, very pretty. And then I'm just going to take my sticky scissors and just go along here. Trim these pieces off. I got a little piece on the bottom there. And we'll trim these off. Just get this all out of the way. And isn't this pretty? I mean, it's very simple, but lovely. All right. So we'll go ahead and get some glue on here. And we'll get it laid down on our card base. So pretty. I love it. Isn't that just dainty and lovely? Try and get it lined. Oops, it's moving, but gotta get it how I want it. All right, there we go. Oh, my fingernail polish matches. Okay, so for this one, I also wanted to bring in the Lavender Fields hexagons from the Simple Stories. And I just chose to use white and then the lighter purple color that we had there. And we're just going to layer these up. And they're going to be the base for our focal point. I'll just get them laid down on here. Try and get a nice little frame around there. There we go. And I'm going to position it on here. And we've got our stripes behind there. I think it looks nice. I think I'm going to do it like that. I think we'll just glue it flat down. We'll have less dimension on this card than our other one. I'm going to lay it down there like that. I think that looks nice. And then for this one, we are going to bring in this hat, this chipboard hat that is part of the chipboard collection. It's really, really pretty. So we'll just get some glue on here and get this laid down. And I just want to position it on here. And we can see our little purple behind there. I've also chosen the Sweet Sunshine chipboard pieces from the pack. And I'm going to get it laid down. Now, I will link all of the materials in the description box below so that you can check them out. You can pick up this Simple Stories Lavender Fields stuff pretty inexpensively. And it makes a nice addition to your craft room to work with. So I'm going to have Sweet Sunshine here. And get that laid down on there. And then I've got this pretty little heart that's kind of two-toned. And I thought it would look nice down here. And so we're going to get it on there and get it laid down. And I think we've got a lot going on with our cards. I don't think we need to embellish any further. But I think they look really pretty. So here is the new color block arches. And then we've got the stripe right. And we've also got the Lavender Fields hexagons. And I think it's really pretty. So I hope you like them. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye now. I appreciate you watching, and if you liked today's cards, please consider hitting the like.